Welcome to today's story. Have a good time. Sunlight filtered in through the window. It scattered from wall to wall, giving warmth to the cold, dusty air. I stood in the doorway, watching as the dust mites sparkled in the light and settled on my former belongings. My bed was situated right where it always had been, pressed up against the far wall and wrapped in warm striped blankets and sheets. My desk was beside it, still carrying my piggy bank and white lamp. My posters were all hung up and the cloth ribbons draped around the ceiling. The window still shone on the far wall where, underneath it, glowing from the refracted sunlight, sat my piano. The wood was splintered and scratched, but it welcomed me like a childhood friend. I walked over to the piano, pressing into the soft carpet underfoot. The bench creaked as I sat down. I swept my hands over the aged wood. It rippled with my touch, absorbing the warmth from my fingertips. I felt the grooves of my carved name on the right side. Lizzie? I traced each letter. The world was beginning to dissolve. I lifted the cover, revealing the polished ivory. I placed my hands down gingerly. The keys felt soft. My muscles relaxed, and without command or thought I began playing. The sweet melody began. My head began to swim. The peaceful comfort of the song set my mind dancing. The world completely dissolved. I was no longer at the piano. I was sitting on my bed watching my mother play. Her hands flowed through the air. The world gave no resistance to her playing. It welcomed it with open arms. My mom looked over at me and with sparkling eyes told me the same story she told me every night. The notes continued melting together as she spoke. This song is special, Lizzie. Do you know why it's special? She asked me. I knew the answer, but I let her keep talking. I loved hearing the story every night. When I was a little girl, I used to get bad dreams. I would wake up in the middle of the night and run to Grandma. I would cry and cry until I crawled into bed with her and fell asleep. I kept having these dreams every night until one night Grandma sat down at the piano next to my bed. She told me to listen to her song. She said it was a magical song, that as long as I heard it before going to sleep, nothing could hurt me. She played the most beautiful song. She played it for me every night, and I never had another bad dream. Now I play it for you, little Lizzie. So, I know that you'll be safe just like I was. I sat on my bed and listened, believing with my whole heart every word my mom told me. I laid back and closed my eyes. The blend of notes fluttered through my thoughts like a soft breeze inside my head. I knew I was completely safe. The song eventually ended, painting the room with a brilliant, peaceful white. I opened my eyes one more time to see my mom leave the room saying, "I love you, Lizzie," and with nothing left to stop me, I drifted into a peaceful sleep. The memory gently faded to the recessions of my mind. The present house formed around me again. My hands had stopped playing. Tears were rolling down my cheeks, sparkling briefly before splashing on the keys. My mom would never play the song for me again. The thought was too painful to bear. A deep longing gaped in the pit of my stomach. I forced myself to play the song again, but my hands resisted. The notes sounded awkward. The beautiful atmosphere my mom created was gone. The room felt cold. I begged my memory to take me away again, but the notes I shot from the piano bore nothing more than sound. I wanted to scream. I threw my hands up to my face. The song stopped. The last notes rang out, leaving nothing but silence behind. My body froze as I sat there. A pulsing frequency pounded my brain. My head felt as if it was falling into an infinite abyss. The world began to melt to black. Everything was disappearing. I sat there motionless, losing track of time. The sun slowly fell, taking its warmth and glow in the room as it went. The moon rose, taking its place, sending its ghostly haze to illuminate the room. I kept my eyes covered until I heard the steady rhythm of droplets cascading down the roof. I opened my eyes and out the window saw the pour of gray against the moonlight. The great roar of the rain pressed pressed softly against my ears. The world began to reform. I wiped my eyes and placed my hands on the keys again. Comforted by the white noise of the rain, I began to play. My hands moved without tension. The melody and bass collided and burst with energy, whirling about the room. It fluttered to every corner and granted warmth to everything it touched. The piggy bank and lamp brightened. The light blue paint swirled and danced to the music. The bed sang with the tune it had heard so many times before. I continued playing and lifted my head to look out the window. I saw the energy from the song cut through the rain, touching every raindrop, every leaf, every blade of grass until the outside began to sing to the melody of my mom's song. The music drifted up into the atmosphere, brightening the night sky. I stretched my neck to look up at the stars. Each seemed to twinkle with the rhythm. At last, the song reached the moon, brightening its haze, covering everything with a brilliant, peaceful white. A light smile appeared on my face. The song truly was magical. I finished the song and sat in the atmosphere I had created. My mom might be gone, but her magic is still with me. I got up from the piano and walked to the doorway, and before stepping out, I turned around and said one final thing. I love you, Mom. The following morning, after a strong cup of coffee at the breakfast table, she prayed she would feel better today. A robin flew by the kitchen door. Emma admired the beautiful shades of brown on his coat and the deep red of his underbelly. Maybe this is a good sign, the voice in her head told her. Emma sipped her coffee. She sat still, took in the silence of the enormous old Victorian. Soon the house will be bustling with noise. It seemed important to let the calm wash over her. This would soothe her nerves plus get her through the weekend. Emma rose from her chair and set the coffee mug down in the porcelain sink. She reached for a rag, which she capped on the counter, then began to wipe down the counters. The children entered the foyer first. Robert must have been gathering their belongings from his SUV. Selena, who was 11 going on 14, and Bobby was 8 but small for his age, were fighting the moment they came through the door. Emma left the kitchen in a hurry and greeted them both in the front hall. Mom, she hit me, Bobby wailed. He had it coming. He took my phone and read my text messages. Selena chimed in. Emma cut her daughter off. You don't hit your brother. You know how I feel about that. Did you both have a good time? Selena rolled her eyes while never taking them off the screen of her phone. Bobby was wiggling out of his winter coat. Emma helped him remove his arms. I did. Dad took me to a baseball game. Wow, that's great. You must have had fun. Selena, did you go with them? Emma inquired. No, I hate baseball. I stayed at Dad's with Allie. I had homework. He said it was okay. The front door opened again. Robert, who stood at 6'3", entered. His arms were loaded with a suitcase, a large purple duffel bag plus snacks. He dropped the bags onto the hardwood floor. Selena was heading for the stairs. Bobby was talking so fast, Emma was having trouble keeping up. Young lady, these are your things. Come and get them, please. Selena stormed over and lifted her duffel bag over her shoulder. She made a face and puffed out a breath. This didn't faze Robert. It's heavy, she complained. I told you not to bring so much. Selena lugged it upstairs, muttering the entire time. Who's Allie? And why was Selena spending time with her? Hello to you too, Emma. I told you about Allie. I've been seeing her for 6 months now. Selena had work to finish. They weren't really together. Emma left Robert in the hallway. Emma made a second cup of coffee along with a peanut butter sandwich for Bobby. Emma offered to heat up leftovers for her ex-husband, but he declined. She listened to Robert and Bobby discussing the Red Sox game in excruciating detail. They seemed to be reliving it right there at the table. Bobby would light up each time his dad mentioned a home run or a grand slam. Baseball was something they had always shared. Listen? No, not now. Leave me alone, Emma told the voice in her head. Emma turned to face the counter with her coffee mug in her grip. She missed the edge and the mug smashed into pieces all over the tiled floor. Robert jumped up and hurried over to her. He knelt down, then started to gather the broken pieces together. Stay there, Bobby. It's okay, Robert told him. Robert stood up with most of it in his palms. He noticed Emma's hands were shaking. She held tight to the counter. He whispered, "Are you not feeling well again?" "I'm fine. Really, I am. I set it too close to the edge, that's all." Robert took Emma by the hand and led her to the table. "You take it easy. I can sweep that up." Emma opened her eyes. The room was bright, so she knew it was still early. A blanket lay on top of her. A knock at the door followed by Robert coming into her room. She began to sit up. He walked closer to the bed. "Did I wake you?" "No, I was already up. I promise you I'm fine. I would have canceled if I wasn't." Robert was alongside the bed. Emma smiled at him. "It's quiet. Are they outside or something?" "No, Mrs. Lewis stopped by to see you. When I told her you were asleep, she offered to take them to a movie." "Oh, Robert, this is my weekend. You should have told her no. This will give you a chance to tell me what's going on. I look at you and I can see you're not right. There's nothing wrong with me. You worry too much. I've had some trouble sleeping, but last night was better. I swear it. Did you put the alarm on?" He looked confused but nodded anyway. "Emma, it's me. I need the truth. I won't get mad and the kids can stay. Please, tell me." Emma sat and refused to answer. Robert placed his hand over hers. "Tell me, please." At first I thought it was someone in the house. I would search every room but found no one. Then I began to check the locks, the alarm, making sure it was always on. But I kept hearing it. A voice always at night. It sounds crazy, I know that. But if it's not the TV or a person who broke in, it must be me. Tears were rolling down Emma's face. She made no attempt to wipe them. Robert gave her hand a gentle squeeze. "How long, Emma? When did it start?" "A few days ago. I'm good during the day. I'm still working on my computer. It happens whenever I don't sleep." "Have you gone back to Dr. Farber?" "No. It'll stop, Robert. It has too. He will change my pills, run tests. I can't go through that. But you're willing to live like this? No sleep, shaking, hearing voices. You have to go see him." "That's not a request. How about today?" "They won't be back for hours. He isn't there late on Saturday. I can go Monday morning." "That's too long. I want you to go today. I can drive you. Come on, get dressed." Emma sat in the waiting room. She flipped through pages of a magazine but wasn't able to concentrate. Robert paced behind her chair. "Will you sit down? You're making me more anxious." Robert took a seat on the couch opposite Emma. Emma tossed the magazine on the wooden crate they were using as a side table. "Does it always take this long?" "No, he must be busy. You insisted on coming today because I care about you and want you to get better." "No, you don't. You like me like this, helpless and needy? Afraid of my own shadow?" "Stop it, Emma. I know what you're doing and it's not going to work." "And what am I doing exactly?" "Come on, Robert, tell me. I would like you to explain." The door to the inner office opened and Dr. Farber walked out. "What is going on out here?" the doctor asked. Emma folded her arms. "We didn't mean to be so loud. I'm sorry. It was my fault. It's perfectly all right. It's nobody's fault." "Emma, I'm ready. You can come in." Robert drove the 30 miles by himself. He had left the children with Allie. He took the elevator to the 4th floor. Then he headed down the hall to room 411. He steadied himself before entering the room. Emma was dressed sitting in a chair staring out the window. A nurse named Kelly was placing a small paper cup down on a tray. "Hi, how is she today?" Robert said. "Not so good. She thought you weren't coming? I left late and the traffic was brutal." Kelly grinned at him and left the two of them alone. Robert brought a chair over and sat beside her. Emma never took her eyes off the trees. "I know I'm late. Boy, it's warm in here." Robert unzipped his winter coat. He looked around the room, then back at Emma. "I hate that you're in here. The kids miss you. But I just don't think they can handle any of this. Bobby will cry, I just know it." "Emma, will you look at me?" A long drawn-out silence. "I miss you too. We used to talk about everything. My job, your writing, the kids, money. I did this to you. This is my fault. You needed me and I was never ever there for you. I left you alone in that big old house." Robert wipes the tears away from his eyes. "I'm so sorry. I want you to know that. You have nothing to worry about. Just get strong. I got the kids. They really are a handful sometimes, but I wouldn't trade them for anything. All you have to do is get better. Please, please get better. Come back to us." Emma turns from the window and touches Robert's hand. He is stunned. "Hey, you want to take a walk with me?" Emma rises from the chair. He smiles at her. "I would really like that," Emma says.
Never waste my time, you all I want. Neither of us wanna be alone. Breathing in your love, on your touch. Oh, it's what I'm living for. Say I'll never waste my time, I'm all you want. Yeah, we live it up, I know for sure that I'll always be yours. We could be spending time, chasing nights, cruise the one until we see the sunrise. Hit my line, we align. Every night with you's the time of my life. Baby, don't feel no pressure. Yeah, you make everything easy, everything except leaving on. I'll never make you my enemy. Can't get enough of your energy. Know that you're feeling the same way. Yeah, we live it up, I know for sure that I'll always be yours. We could be spending time, chasing nights, cruise the one until we see the sunrise. Hit my line, we align. Every night with you's the time of my life. The time of my, the time of my, the time of, baby, you're mine. The time of my, the time of my, yeah. Every night with you's the time of my life. Oh, we live it up for sure. And I'll always be yours. We could be spending time, chasing nights, cruise the one until we see the sunrise. Hit my line, we align. Every night with you's the time of my life. Tell me something, it might just take the pain away. See, I've been thinking a million things I want to say. Now I'm looking in your eyes, but I'm wandering to your lips. See, I'm trying to keep place. You got to leave your space. Cause that's the only way you're gonna elevate. Yeah, you gotta hold the line till it's showtime. Yeah, and just let your spirit shine. Well, sometimes there ain't no easy way to say all the things that we need to say. And we spend so much time looking for the easy road when all we need is right there in our soul. Say what good is life if all you do is hide? Oh yeah, you gotta shine your light for the world to see. And let everything be what it's gonna be. Yeah, listen to your voice and make up your choice. And just let your spirit shine. Well, sometimes there ain't no easy way to say all the things that we need to say. We spend so much time looking for the easy road when all we need is right there in our soul. You gotta let your, oh, you gotta let your, say you gotta let your, you gotta You